In this video, we are going to be looking at how to create a social media flyer for Ramadan Kareem, and this is coming up. Okay guys, so thank you so much for joining us. This is Stone's Graphics here. Salam alaikum to all our Muslim friends. Welcome back to the channel. Ramadan Kareem is around the corner, so we're going to be doing a video on how you can design a social media flyer for the wonderful event. We're sending love to all our Muslim friends out there. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is to delete the initial default text. Now go to your three dots here as usual to set our image size, and for this we're working with a 10th value 1050 by 1280. It's just okay for this kind of size. After achieving this, the next thing we're going to do is to click on background settings here. Then you want to proceed to gallery to import your background. And if you are joining us for the first time, please guys kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss out whenever other amazing tutorials are shared. Okay, so after bringing in this background, the next thing we're going to do is to create a fade for the background by bringing in another element which will fade into the background. So how do we create that? Quickly go on shapes, and we're going to unlock this powerful background combination hack. It's by selecting a square shape, then you want to click on gradient. Click on gradients and click here on the plus button, which will now allow you to play around with your gradient. So the first thing is to click here, and then you click here as well, so we can manipulate this color, completely reduce this to the extreme left end, which stands for the opacity of this white color. We're making it completely to the left end, then we click OK to activate the effect we just created. So after doing this, you want to go up here, and we are going in with this fourth color pattern, which I prefer to call the radial pattern. And what we're going to do is to swap these colors by clicking here, and as you can see, everything is now perfectly in place. So you want to bring this a little bit closer to this point, then you click on OK, and we have this awesome gradient. Just click on this continue mark, then you want to go to texture, and here we are on texture. Okay, these are the resources that we'll be using. I will be sharing them with you guys, no need to panic. So with this, I just want to go with this, so I want to select this, okay, for the gradient. Then you click on your check mark, and as you can see, we have this beautiful shape now created. Okay, so how are you going to blend this with the background? Just size this up, neatly size this up. Okay, so let's go back to gradient texture, sorry, and enable maintain it by 100%. all right, so we can make it much more visible like this. So we want to place this completely on the screen, and you can see that it's very well faded into the first background. Go to opacity and give it a little bit of reduction to about 55%, just to give it this uniform blending touch. Okay, so you want to go now to layer and lock everything up so it doesn't interrupt when we are bringing in other awesome elements. So after achieving this, the next thing we are going to do is to bring in the image of this a beautiful Muslim lady or beautiful Muslim child that we have here. We're going to zoom this out, increase it in size a bit. I want to go to relative position to make sure it's just on the middle. So we want to send this up also, because we want some good spacing below. Okay, so go to layer and lock this up as well. So after logging this up, you can quite clearly see here that this image is really not blending with the background. So we're going to do that, but before we blend that image, I would love us to go and bring these lanterns. They are called Islamic lanterns. The holy moon is here, and these kind of elements are very much common. But now when you look at this the color of this Latin element is not that the best, so we're going to play around with the color, manipulate the color by simply going to your color filters. And first of all, let's start with this. All right, let me just keep this at 139, then reduce the saturation completely, increase the brightness, all right, and give it a little touch of contrast. So we can come back to the hue and play around with it to see which one is really brightest. So I think 112 is okay for that. We're just going to reduce this in size and neatly position it right here. So after positioning it, you want to copy it. Okay, you want to copy this. There are no issues for that. And send it to the back. Okay, let's send it to the back, to the very back. All right, to the very back. Or you can simply do that by clicking here on the to back button. So everything is well in place. We just want to shift this a little, and also let's shift this one. Okay, let me send it to front, the first one, then we shift it also closer to the edges. Now I was talking about blending this image with the background, so it's very simple. Go back to your shapes. We repeat the same gradient creation process, or we're just going to choose the one we created earlier. All right, here is it. I hope you all noticed that. So we're just going to reduce this a little bit, and we have this. Okay, now go to your color, enable it, but we are going to pick a color from the dress of this awesome lady. So we're going to pick the color from here. Okay, this point, then you click here in order to proceed. You might want to shine it up a bit, then you have this. All right, reduce it in size and just make a copy of it, place it on top of the first one, then go to your layer, selecting the two, mesh them up all completely, and we have this. Okay, so for the fade, I want us to use this. So we're going to start positioning it here, increase it in size, position it here also. Just keep positioning it until you are satisfied with the blending down there. Okay, so we have this, and you can see that our image is now perfectly blended with the background. Okay, it's perfectly blended. Now we can go to layer and just lock everything up. Okay, let's lock it up. So the next thing that we're going to do is to bring in another powerful stock element that I have. I'm going to go to my gallery, then I import this other element that I have here, and as you can see, it has the same green kind of color with gold, so we don't want that. I'll go to opacity, to color filters, and filter out the color, reduce the saturation completely to 100, minus 100, sorry. Then you want to increase the brightness and give it a little touch of contrast. Now just right now we're going to reduce this in size. Okay, and I guess you might be asking why we're filtering out the elements, just so it can have the same color mode with the image or the background selection. So you can see all of this, the reason behind us using repeatedly these color filters. So it's for that purpose. And please, as you follow the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can ask your questions also on the comment section. I'll be reading through. Check the video description for all these resources, the stock files that we are using for this awesome Ramadan Kareem flyer design. All right, so use relative position to ensure this is on the middle. Then you might want to even reduce it in size again, so we can have ample space for other elements. Now go back, and right here I have this. Okay, I have this vector, Ramadan Kareem vector. I just love the typography or the design, and that is why we're going to use it. So change the color to color white, reduce it in size, and bring it right down here. So as you bring it, just go to relative position and make sure it's also on the middle of your design. So this is a very simple, straightforward design. In it, you have been able to learn background manipulation and also color filtering, which I believe will help to step up your design game. So why not subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips like this that we share with you guys regularly. Thank you so much for doing that. So after achieving this, the next thing we want to do is now to bring in our wish. So we go to text and we write may, okay, any kind of wish can go here. May the joy, right, may the joy and the peace that the holy month, that this holy month, right, that this holy month brings, stay with you and your family as you celebrate. So right here you can decide to put in your own wish depending on whom you are sending this Ramadan Kareem to. For this, we are just sending it out randomly to all our Muslim friends wherever they are watching us from, whether from Nigeria, whether from Ghana or from Cameroon or any other part of the world. It's Ramadan Kareem. We are sending you awesome greetings. We were inspired to do this social media flyer just because of you guys. So let us know in the comment section where you are observing your own Ramadan Kareem season. Okay, so after having this wish, you want to bring it down here, and we're going to go to our fonts. Okay, go to fonts, and I'm using this font called Assassin. All right, I don't mean to assassinate anybody, but that is just the name of the font. It's called Assassin. So this is the font we're using, and I'm going to reduce this text drastically in size. Now go to your alignment and make sure this text is properly aligned to the middle. Depending on you, you might want to make this text to break it into just 2 paragraphs or 2 lines, sorry, all right, as I'm just doing, or you might choose to make it 3 lines like this. So it all depends on you, on what you feel like doing. So using position button, you can equally adjust this. So we have all of this clearly spelled out, and this is just how you can design this awesome Ramadan Kareem flyer design on your Pixellab application. But don't go yet, we can still do some other awesome manipulations to change the general look of this social media flyer. So what can we do? You can go to your layer and hide this image. All right, let me just start by this, then you import another awesome image. So with me here, I also have another Islamic man praying, so I would love to also play with this and see how it goes. So just size it up. Now go to your layer and send it to the position where the first image was. So we can just send it directly above or below it. There are no issues at all. Go to relative position and make sure this is stuck to the middle. Can you see how different the design now looks? Which means you can equally save this out and it becomes a completely different design. There are no troubles at all. That said, you can equally hide this one and bring in another image. So this is just how I often play around with my designs to get multiple results for the same kind of design. No need for you to go laboring yourself. All right, so we can centralize this to the middle, then go back to your position button, and right now we're going to send it just directly above, or just place it to where the first images were. Now using your position button, you might want to bring this down here, and you can see that everything is perfectly blended. You can save all of these designs to have these 3 slide designs that I have here with me. So I'm going to start with this. You can see this is a different slide, this is a different slide, and this is of course a different slide, but I prefer to go with this. All right, so it all depends on you, on what you really want to achieve. As well, you can change the color of this text into, let's say, gold, to make it much more different. So we can change the color of this text into something like orange. All right, so we can have a different result. Okay guys, so that's it for this tutorial on the Ramadan Kareem flyer design. A happy holy month to all our Muslim friends. We are wishing you guys the best, and we are sending you love and peace to you and your respective families. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be catching you in our next tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel. It's Don's Graphics here.